Hello, my name is Karam Nasser, and I'm actually doing a presentation for my 303 political science class. And my presentation was on a U.S. policy. It was on a U.S. Army homosexual conduct policy. Um, so the policy is pretty much don't ask, don't tell, don't harass policy. And pretty much as a definition, it's Army policy is a balance between the legal prohibition of homosexual conduct and the privacy rights of a soldier. The law and Army policy is an everyday language. It's a don't ask, don't tell policy, as I already mentioned. Homosexual conduct is pretty much admission of homosexuality, committing of homosexual act, and marrying or attempting to marry a person of same sex. In the U.S. Army, uh, an army is a balance between the legal prohibition of homosexual conduct and the privacy rights of a soldier. And what does the law say about that? Is the presence in the armed forces of persons who demonstrates a propensity or intent to engage in homosexual acts would create an unacceptable risk to the high standards of morale, good order, and discipline, and unit cohesion that are the essence of military capability. The law and army policy in everyday language is, as I mentioned, the don't ask and don't tell. And what don't ask means is pretty much when while on active duty, when a soldier or anyone in the military is on active duty, soldiers will not be asked about their sexual orientation or conduct unless there is a credible information of homosexual conduct. And what does "don't tell" mean is it's the opposite side. It's the opposite side of the coin from "don't ask." What "don't tell" means is the soldiers should not disclose or discuss their sexual orientation or conduct. And if a soldier admits to being homosexual, the commander will begin the process to determine if credible information exists, which would warrant separation. Uh, what is credible information in this policy? It's a statement by a reliable person that a soldier has, like an engaged or solicited to engage in a homosexual act, or like heard the soldier state that he or she was homosexual, or heard the soldier state that he or she had married or attempted to marry a member of the same sex. So pretty much a statement by a reliable person that they had observed a soldier admitting or to or engaging in a homosexual conduct. What is a not credible information? It's pretty much rumors, rumors that soldiers are homosexual. That's not credible information. Others' opinions. That's also not credible information. Reports of being harassed shall not be itself constitute credible information justifying the initiation of an investigation. What are the grounds of investigation? Credible information definitely must exist. A commander must have a reasonable belief that a soldier has married or attempted to marry a person of the same sex, engaged or solicited to engage in a homosexual act, stated that he or she is a homosexual, or otherwise indicated a propensity to engage in homosexual conduct. Um, what is substantial investigation? It's a definition of the definition of substantial investigation is an investigation that extends beyond questioning the member. Individuals suggested by the member for interview and the member's immediate chain of command. And then there's of course zero tolerance for harassment. Derogatory, persistent, threatening, or annoying behavior directed toward an individual or group. That's just zero tolerance to the harassment. Um, and then, as I said, possible types of harassment in the military. Verbal, jolty calls, derogatory language. Graffiti, anonymous threats, all of that. And now, what can a soldier do if threatened, harassed, or accused of being homosexual? Of course, you are ought to report the harassment. Commanders will take appropriate action to protect the safety of soldiers who report threats or harassments. Who can a soldier talk to confidentially? Of course, the civilian, legal assistant attorney, and pretty much the challenge to all soldiers is to comply with a law that prohibits homosexual conduct, while at the same time respecting the privacy and dignity of every soldier. And there you have it, my U.S. policy presentation on the law and the Army policy in an everyday language. And it was just, and it's a huge thing today. You know, the homosexuality within the U.S. Army and how they're being called out on, and they want to fight for the country. I personally believe that if they're determined, if they're committed to fight for their country, then they're more than welcome to fight for the country, because it's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about fighting and believing in your country, and because it's all worth it to you. And thank you once again. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.